this brand new children's book written by a local author and music educator about how to calm kids when anxiety overcomes them. Well, we'll give you some tips and tell you how you can learn more coming up.
Kids are struggling with anxiety during the pandemic, so a local child educator wrote a book with music to help them calm down.
Matt Stewart is live in Brookside. Matt?
Good morning. Yeah, you know, sometimes even as a parent, it's really hard to get our kids to calm down when they get out of control, and some kids can even resort to violence. And so a local music educator wrote this book, Surprise Kid, and this is kind of a teaching tool for all those parents and teachers out there to teach their kids how to calm themselves down. Ann Meeker-Watson joining me right now. You have a doctorate in music therapy, so you know a little thing about music and calming kids down. What inspired you to write this particular book?
I have a dear friend who is a career educator, and she actually had a student in her classroom who got so frustrated with another kid that he turned his anger on her, and she actually sustained a traumatic head injury, and it was a career-ending injury for her. So I really wanted to think about what we could do to help kids 2, 3, 4 years old learn how to self-calm so that when they go to school, they have that wonderful set of tools and those kinds of things don't happen. We don't want adults to be injured.
Well, yeah, this was a second grader, too. You don't expect a second grader to be able to hurt an adult, but sometimes these kids, it's really hard to calm them down when they're dealing with all these different emotions.
Right, and in the moment, they really have no ability to think about what they're doing. It's that anxiety that takes over, and so what we need to do is give kids strategies and tools to back themselves down before they get to that high escalation point.
So share that with us. What is the strategy, or what are the main strategies you're trying to share?
Well, there are a number of them that you can teach. Breathing certainly is one of them, where when you feel like you're starting to get anxious, you can take a deep breath where you breathe in through your nose and you breathe out through your mouth. So you can teach that to your child. You can breathe with them in that moment. There are words that you can say that remind them that they're calm, they're safe, and everything's going to be okay. So it's that kind of mantra. Sometimes not even words, just a touch from that caring adult that helps. And making sure that we respond with empathy, because a child would much rather not have a meltdown. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel good. And so being able to respond with empathy and with a look on your face that says, I am so sorry, but you can do this hard thing and I'm here with you and let's do it together.
Wonderful advice, Ann. And if you want to take a look at this book, it's called Surprise Kid. There's music that comes along with it, so the kids can sing along, the parents can sing along, and really teaching those techniques. If you go to her website, it is singplaylove.com. You can learn more about this book. And I will tell you, these techniques, they seem real simple, but you don't think of them as a parent sometimes, and they really do work. I've done this with my daughter at a young age. She would lose control and you just say, hey, take a deep breath. And she's 10 and she's still doing it today. So these techniques really do work with young kids. So something to check out if you have a child dealing with anxiety and other big emotions right now, guys.
All right, Matt, thank you.
Ann Meeker-Watson is a local music educator and author. She's written 20 books helping parents and teachers deal with children, right? All the emotions they're dealing with, how to teach them, and how to better control them in certain situations. Her latest book, Surprise Kid, deals with the anxiety that so many kids are dealing with right now. I want to go to Amy Loveland. She is a principal in KCK, an early education principal, and you've been using Ann's techniques with your students throughout the years. Talk about Surprise Kid, this new book, and how maybe you've been utilizing those techniques with the children.
So we've been using her books and songs and the videos that go with them for multiple years. They laid a great foundation. And then Surprise Kid was one we were able to introduce last year, helps children with breathing techniques and counting when surprise changes happen. And then obviously in March, we had the biggest surprise change ever, and we were able to reference that learning and the book and the song and everything that went with it and help kids through that transition, and then obviously continue to use it this year as we are still dealing with all the ramifications of the pandemic.
Does it work?
It really does. So it helps kids visualize different scenarios in which they will need to stop, calm their body, count to 10, breathe, do those things to regulate themselves and be able to make choices about their behavior or whatever opportunity is presenting itself, because that's how we try to look at things. Is a surprise change is an opportunity to make a different choice.
That's a great attitude, I think, for these kids, right? And you think about all the kids you've dealt with. Kids deal with emotions in different ways, and so I'm sure for some of them, these techniques are really kind of life-changing in a sense.
Absolutely. And I think culturally, for a lot of parents, we didn't talk a lot about emotions, and so we're really trying to educate both the children and the parents about being able to stop, breathe, name your emotion, feel that feeling, and then deal with it, move forward with whatever choice is in front of you.
Well, it's great to see that it's working with all the kids you deal with. I want to bring in Ann Meeker-Watson, the author, the educator, so we'll step Amy off to the side. And in this book, besides being kind of with the illustrations and the children being able to read it or parents read to their kids, you have like a resource information in the back, correct?
Right. There are lots of ways to interact with our superhero. There are some activities in the back of the book that parents and teachers can use to help kids learn and practice self-calming. And there's even a music video that is so fun and has some real kindergartners that are rocking some super flying in the air and managing those big feelings. And so singing the song, reading the book, doing the play activities, watching that music video gives children a variety of ways to learn to self-calm.
I love it, Ann. Thank you very much. So Ann's been doing this for more than 20 years, 25 years, I think. I didn't mean to age you, Ann. I apologize.
Okay, I started when I was 4.
She was 4 years old when she wrote her first book. But she really does a great job of dealing with, helping teachers and parents, help their kids learn, because there's no manual that comes with being a parent, and we could all use some advice, especially when it comes to kids dealing with their emotions, guys. If you go to singplaylove.com, you can find more information on this book.
That's good advice for adults too, Matt.
Right.
Stop.
You have to deal with Mark every day, so maybe we should give him a book, right? Mark, you got to count to 4 and breathe.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Serenity now.
I'm a superhero kid, and you can be one too.